Hi, I'm Graham Willis, one of the woodwind team at Doncaster Music Service. In today's short video, I'm giving a demonstration and brief tutorial on Daisy Bell, one of the ABRSM Grade 1 List A clarinet pieces. I like this piece and think it's a good choice for the first piece of your first exam. To begin with, I think it's helpful that there's a short piano introduction to give you confidence with that first entry, helping to set a secure tempo and come in at a good dynamic level. I like the fact that the piece uses a comfortable range of notes from low G to high G, with none of the more tricky low notes like Fs and Es, and there are no sharps or flats to remember in the key signature either. The opening rhythm is nice and straightforward, again helping to build confidence at the beginning before becoming a little more challenging later on in the piece. Similarly, the piano helps with the counting, giving a strong sense of 3 beats in a bar. If you think 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 throughout. I will now give a demonstration of the piece. Now you've heard the music, let's explore it in a little more detail. As you can hear, it's a bright, happy piece, so try and communicate this with your playing. Try to produce a bright, clear tone and listen carefully to the tuning on the higher notes like the Gs. These can sound a little flat, in other words, a little lower than they should, if not enough air is pushed through or your mouth's not kept firm. As with all the exam pieces, try to observe all of the dynamics, in other words, the volume. Like we've already said, the piece is bright and confident and it starts with a moderately loud sound being marked mezzo forte. However, make sure that we get the contrast when it drops to mezzo piano, moderately quiet in the middle. And don't forget that towards the end we get louder from mezzo forte to forte. It's also very important that we get the right articulation, that's the slurring and tonguing in the piece. Notice that it isn't all tongued and that where there are slurs, they don't necessarily follow a particular pattern, so it's important to read carefully and play what is written. To give a stylish performance and one full of character, aim to tongue clearly, especially at the opening where the first 4 notes of the first 2 phrases sound like bells ringing out. Try and feel the 3 beats in a bar strongly and try and emphasise the first beat in each to keep the music rhythmic and moving forward. Towards the end of the piece, more care needs to be taken with regards counting and rhythm. Firstly, many of the phrases begin to start on an upbeat, in this case the last beat, the 3rd beat of the bar. There also start to appear tied notes of differing lengths, that is 2 notes of the same pitch, which are joined across a bar line to make one long note, as that note length is too big to fit in one bar. These technicalities won't cause any major difficulties with careful counting and thorough practice. If you want to go and grab your clarinet now, I'm going to play the music once again, this time at a slightly slower tempo so that you can join in. Once we're underway, I will play more quietly so that you can play along with the piano, trying to keep it really tidy, thinking of some of those features we've just discussed. it is, Daisy Bell. Once happy with that slower speed, try to gradually quicken it up to help give it its bright and cheerful character. Do try to feel the pulse firmly so that it has that waltz-like quality, and in fact it's also helpful to think of this when you come to do the oral part of the exam, where you have to clap the pulse of a piece and say whether it's in 2 or 3 time. Hearing that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 in the piano will hopefully help you recognise 3 time in the oral test and help you distinguish it from 2 time. I hope that you've enjoyed this video and hope that you do really well in your exam when you come to do it.